Alright, so the first raid guide was kind of bad. I did explain stuff, but I explained it in a pretty difficult way to understand. So, from the feedback that I've gotten, I went out and got me a handy dandy video editor here, and I'm going to attempt to make a coherent video after close to 5 hours of doing this. Let's go. When did I actually post that? 3 o'clock. So 4 hours since the initial upload. I did the raid like 2-3 hours before that. So this has quickly become the longest project that I have done for our guild so far. I'm just hoping that I can save us any kind of time on these raids. I really want to do 1 to 3 Tuesday and then 3 to 6 on Thursday. That is my goal for right now. I think that is realistic because we have a pretty good group. Just a lot of information, a lot of mechanics, and it's kind of hard to digest. Obviously, I have a lot more free time than a lot of other people, so I figured I might as well do the legwork. So I'm going to sit here and probably edit for the next 4 hours, hoping to make the same 10-minute clip from 5 hours ago coherent. So there's going to be some rough cuts here because I don't understand transitions yet and I don't feel like learning them tonight. So just bear with me. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a content creator. I literally just want to raid in World of Warcraft. So without further delay, I guess here is my attempt to I don't even want to say educate because I'm a moron. I'm probably not doing a whole lot of education, but I'm doing some kind of enlightening, I guess. So, ta-da! First one that I made. I'm going to go through and explain it over the original video clip about Rock Blast, Awaken Earth, Pillars raid wide damage when they're hit by Concussive Slam, and their raid wide dot, as well as our strategy, and shattering impact, all that other good stuff. So I'm just gonna play the clip. It's just gonna be me talking through it like a bad reaction channel. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So we start here with the pull. You have my beautiful face down there. Look at it. Look at that hair on top of my head, just screaming to be free. So obviously starts with a tank buster. First tank, always bubble them, put something to protect them, some kind of mitigation. Does a bunch of damage. It does it quite a few times, so just be prepared for it. So we're going to see here, we're going through here, we're just DPSing, getting the tank back up. First comes out Rock Blast and Awakened Earth. Awakened Earth is going to spawn what are called Pillars. That's just the nickname they've been given. They cause raid-wide damage, as a damage over time when they first spawn in. And then they also do raid-wide damage when they're hit by Concussive Slam. Now, I know I'm throwing a lot of information here, but we're gonna break it down. It almost sounded out like we're back in elementary, Take it bit by bit. So you're gonna soak Awakened Earth unless you have Pillars. Pillars is what are Pillars called again? What is that move called? It's in here somewhere. Awakened Earth, that's what it is. So if you have Awakened Earth, don't stand in Rock Blast. This is Rock Blast. Rock Blast is your soak. Awakened Earth is your Pillars. Your Pillars do damage over time for each pillar on here. So we're going to go back. We're going to watch. That guy shouldn't have been in there. That guy shouldn't have been in there. That guy shouldn't have been in there. Concussive Slam is what the tanks are going to point towards these pillars, and it gets rid of them. One's left here. Still going to take dot damage. When the pillars are hit by Concussive Slam, yes, they go away, but they do raid-wide damage for each pillar hit. Which is why you need to have multiple lines. You need 2 lines of them. And I'm going to explain our strat entirely. Right now, I'm just going to go through mechanics. So, we can see here, these health bars just continually going down because of the dot from Awakened Earth. We're going to see Shattering Impact come out. Shattering Impact is just a slam on the ground. Does nothing else. Slams the ground. What comes after Shattering Impact is a bunch of AoEs that you have a half second to get out of. Are they going to stun you? No. Do they hurt a lot? Yes. Don't stand in them. Those are all from Shattering Impact. Now, there's always going to be a second concussive slam. Do not stand in a line from the boss to the pillar. If you do, you're going to get hit by both. You're dead. So as we can see here, another rock blast. So make sure that you are soaking in there unless you have pillars. If you have pillars, notice here how I didn't move. So here I can clearly see that Awakened Earth is right next to me, and I am standing right next to it. That is because for our strat, if you have the pillars, you will stand directly outside of Awakened Earth. Or Rock Blast. Too many rock themes, man. So don't get in the soak. Stand directly next to it. If you can, we can inch into it for a tighter squeeze. But the whole goal is just one straight line on one side of Rock Blast, another straight line on the other side of Rock Blast. Don't worry, I have a shitty diagram that I made in MS Paint that I will show, and the pretty colors will lead us to victory. So we watched Concussive Slam take out some more pillars, raid-wide damage, Annihilation's coming out. This is a new mechanic. So I also have a diagram for this one, believe it or not. We're going to open up MS Paint because I love using MS Paint. We're going to come over here and we're going to draw a circle. If I can find my mouse. Alright, so say this is the whole map here. We're going to get another circle. We're going to make Terros. So this is Terros. Terros is in the center of the circle, right? A little off center. Who gives a shit? When Terros does Annihilation, it's going to destroy a fourth of the circle. There are 4 quadrants. So every time he does Annihilation, whatever the group is in, that quadrant is going to get destroyed. So in this clip, what you're going to watch is this is going to be covered in a dot. If you are standing in it, you're dead, including tanks. And this clip is a perfect example because our tank did not, in fact, do the Annihilation mechanic. You see it come out here. We all start running to our right because that's just what the group had decided on. Tank right there, squished, dead, done. You're not that guy, pal. Obviously, we B-res him here. He gets back up. There's Rock Blast again. Awakened Earths are going out. This is really not the best placement here. He does end up getting a fair bit of them. 3 on the field isn't that bad. 3 is still manageable. When it's 4 or 5 constantly for long periods of time, that's when it starts getting a little iffy. So we have another Shattering Impact here. Don't stand and stuff. Second Concussive Slam's going to come through. He's going to take those pillars out. All but one. If you have just one pillar left, if a pillar gets missed, just stack next to it. Don't stack on top of each other like it's a soak, but line up from that remaining pillar. It's forward. That's it. Pillars right here, just stand next to it. In front of it or behind it. I have to figure out where my hand is. It's like moving in a mirror almost. So that's what we did here. Right when this next Rock Blast is coming out, you can know I start moving towards this pillar because I know there's a pretty good chance I'll get Awakened Earth. Which I do. So I move right in front of this pillar. Obviously, Rock Blast, you shouldn't be soaking pillars into it, but we have 2 very, very clean lines, making it very easy for Concussive Slam. Unfortunately, most of the raid group was dead at this point, so it is a wipe, but that's the whole fight. This whole fight is just stand in a line or stand in the circle. That's it. This is a pretty big DPS check because you need to do enough damage to this guy before all 4 quadrants get annihilated. That is the only overhanging thing you have to worry about. So with that, I'm going to stop watching the clip. I'm going to go ahead and cut it here, start making my diagram to explain our strategy for doing it. And then a couple seconds here, that clip will begin. Alright, so here's our strategy for killing Terros. And yes, this clip is louder than all the other clips because it was just now that I figured out how to fix my audio. So, what we have here is Terros in the very center. The playing field itself has been split into quadrants, and I have some markers down. So the raid itself is going to begin with diamond, square, circle, star. Just some simple shapes, putting them down roughly the same distance from the boss in every area. And this is just representing where to stand where Rock Blast goes out. So if you have Rock Blast, you're going to go stand on the marker. The main tank should be standing in front of the marker. So not entirely back with the rest of us, but it should be at the very edge of the soak, tanking the boss. So these are going to be pretty up close. And that's just so melees and tanks don't need to adjust, because this boss at the end of the day is just a DPS check. So we need to make sure that we have a constant range inside of the boss's, arena. So you're going to go there, and if you get Awakened Earth, you're going to go stand on the very edge of it in a row. There's going to be two groups. It's going to be group 1 and group 2. You're not going to be able to tell what group you're in until we start raiding on Tuesday and Thursday, when I will give you a group. It's going to be on a per raid basis, so there's no point worrying about what group you're going to be in. So all this does is make it so we have a straight line, half and half of the pillars. This is because, like I explained, you have to do them in a series. You have to do one and then the other. Soak, Rock Blast. Make sure you take enough healing so that way you can survive the raid-wide damage from Concussive Slam 1, heal up to full, then do Concussive Slam 2. For Shattering Impact, tanks can rotate left or right. It doesn't matter. Shattering Impact shouldn't affect it too much, but just remember to stay within that, near that line. So all you got to really do is have a little bit of situational awareness, have a little bit of conscious thought of, hey, this line's over here, go over there. And that's just tanks. If you're a DPS or a healer, if the pillars are over here in the line, don't fucking stand there. You're going to die. You're going to take the raid-wide damage along with the slam damage. You will die. In that clip there, I'm pretty sure I left it in where the tank stood Annihilate. This boss will kill tanks. You're not going to be able to face tank it like you do Aranog. So this one, just remember your rows. These markers, we're going to do the same thing every time. Group 1, Group 2. That's it. Group 1, Group 2. I'm bad with MS Paint. I will get better as we progress. That's all you got to do. Now when Annihilate goes out, personally, for our group, we're going to rotate left. And then we're going to rotate left again. Then we're going to rotate left again. So there's only 4 quadrants, so you get 3 Annihilates. And then you need to kill the boss before the 4th Annihilate goes out, or it's a wipe. I did get one single run where we were lucky enough we had enough healing that we could just stay alive for an extra couple of seconds to get the clear. Most of the time you're not going to get that lucky. So just remember, Rock Blast, marker. Go to the marker. If you have Awakened Earth, don't stand on top of people. Also, make sure you're making a line, not stacking one on top of each other. It will kill you. So healers, just remember to heal through the dots. Remember there's raid-wide damage when Concussive Slam goes out and hit the pillars. That's raid-wide. The dot afterwards is about, I would say, 4 to 8% health normally on most people. So just have HOTS, damage mitigations like pain suppression, power word, I think it's like fortitude, no, barrier. Power word barrier is a great one, especially for the soak. If you put power word barrier down on the soak, basically take maybe 1/3 of your HP instead of like 2/3. It's a great way of doing it. I normally save that for the 4th one because, the 4th one is really going to hurt. They do get worse after every Annihilate. So just get ready for more damage on top of more damage. It's a very ramp up fight. It's a very easy fight. And it's a very fun fight. But that is basically our guide. The only thing you need to really worry about is Shattering Impact. Don't stand in the AoEs and you're pretty much good. That's all I got to say.